I've seen a couple videos about this and it concerns Michael Jordan, so I felt the need to investigate it a little bit, give my own opinion, and talk about it. Now, what if I told you that the most legendary basketball player of all time is about to become the most powerful voice off the court as well? That's right, Michael Jordan is officially joining NBC Sports as a guest contributor. And if you think this is just about nostalgia, you're missing the bigger play. But first, welcome. My name is Paul, and this is the Basketball Show, where I talk today's NBA, current events, news, players, and more. All completely unbiased, even though some people disagree, because any opposing opinion to weak people is always hating. Truth is truth, and I try to stand by it. It's official. Michael Jordan, the GOAT himself, is set to join NBC Sports as a contributor for their upcoming NBA broadcasts. Exactly. We're going to unpack what that really means, why it matters, and what it could do to the way you watch basketball on TV. Now, let's start with the landscape NBC is stepping into. As you probably know, some of you probably know, NBC Sports is making a huge push to reclaim its place in the world of NBA broadcasting. After decades away, remember those classic 90s Bulls games on NBC? They're back in the mix, reportedly securing rights as part of the new media deal starting in 2025. But here's the thing. There's not just competing with ESPN and TNT. Now they're going to compete with streaming platforms, YouTube, TikTok, podcasts, all that kind of stuff, and a new generation of fans that consumes content completely different than when Michael played. To break through, NBC needs more than just good production. They need a voice, a presence, a reason for people to tune in. Now, what's a better voice for people to tune in than Michael Jordan? This isn't just a celebrity cameo. This is a calculated move to recapture the soul of NBA basketball and bring a level of prestige, credibility, and fan attention that no other network has. Now, let's talk about why this matters. Because Michael Jordan isn't just famous. He's Michael Jordan. 6-time NBA champion, undefeated in the finals, 5-time MVP, global icon, the man whose shoes sell out 30 years after he last played. That man. But what people forget is how guarded he's been. Jordan's been private, selective, and very intentional about the media appearances he makes. Have you seen him on a single podcast? Nope. He's not like Shaq or Barkley, who are on TV every week. Jordan's voice has been rare, but when it shows up, people listen. His most recent major media appearance was The Last Dance, and that blew up into a global phenomenon. The way he told stories, broke down plays, and explained his mindset captivated even non-basketball fans. To look inside of this man's mind and to know how he approached the game and what he's thinking about the current game, it's priceless. So imagine that storytelling, that insight, that raw perspective, now integrated into NBC's primetime NBA broadcasts. He's not going to be full-time studio guy, but even a few appearances during marquee matchups or playoff series could instantly shift how seriously fans take NBC's coverage. And on the flip side, NBC is a smart play for Jordan as well. NBC knows legacy. They know branding. They were the original home of NBA greatness during MJ's prime. That's why he's connecting with them. And they're setting the stage to bring that legacy back in a big way. More importantly, NBC is investing heavily in narrative, with Amazon, Netflix, Apple entering the sports space. Traditional broadcasters are trying to reestablish their footing. NBC wants to win back fans who want more than just stats. They want storytelling. And MJ is one of the best living storytellers in sports history. I think The Last Dance proved that. There's also the business side. NBC has hinted at launching new digital platforms and second screen experiences tied to live broadcasts. Could Jordan's presence be part of a GOAT cam, for example, or a Jordan-led pregame stream? Don't be surprised if those kinds of things start appearing. And then there's global reach. Jordan isn't just an American icon. He's a global one. Having him involved with NBC opens up international syndication, brand partnerships, and broader appeal across Europe, Asia, Africa, pretty much the whole globe. Expect international viewership to spike whenever Jordan appears. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. Sources close to NBC Sports say Jordan's involvement won't just be pregame commentary or halftime takes. There's talk of a special segment series where he breaks down historic games, player comparisons, and the evolution of the league. Think MJs Corner, for example. Might be a crappy name that I came up with, but just an idea. A monthly segment where Jordan gives his unfiltered take on the modern NBA. Think him talking how he approached the game and how he approaches his adversaries. Think of Michael Jordan being able to share exactly how he lived basketball and how it was back then compared to how it's softened up now, especially by the NBA pushing out veterans that represented the old school. And this is confirmed because we've heard that in multiple interviews, and one of those major interviews was from Charles Oakley. Charles Oakley used to be a coach for the Toronto Raptors, and I believe then the Charlotte Bobcats. And he himself said that the NBA started pushing out the old school tough veterans because the kids today couldn't put up with their approach. There are also rumors, and again, nothing confirmed, that NBC may be developing a docu-style feature series hosted or narrated by Jordan himself, spotlighting past NBA legends and the stories that shaped the league, something that blends storytelling, history, and hard truth. And let's be honest, nobody delivers hard truth like MJ, as long as he will talk the way he wants to talk and say what he wants to say. And I hope there will be no reservations. And if they pair Jordan with a sharp, modern voice, man, that could be special because it would appeal to the old and the new fans. Now imagine also a round table with Jordan, let's say Jason Kidd or Grant Hill, or maybe three greats, Jordan, Magic, Bird together at the same table breaking down the evolution of mid-range game, or a one-on-one with Jordan, giving his opinions on current players, rules, and approach. This could go beyond TV and become a cultural touchstone. It's crazy. These ideas are unbelievable to me. And let's not forget the merchandising. If NBC and Jordan brand collaborate on limited edition merchandise tied to his segments and coverage, retro NBC, Jumpman jackets, limited run tees, exclusive online drops, this could become a media and merchandising empire in itself. This move also reshapes Jordan's legacy in a new way. For decades, he's been known as the GOAT of basketball. But what if he becomes the GOAT of NBA storytelling as well? Michael Jordan becoming the face of intelligent, thoughtful basketball commentary and brutally honest commentary. That's what will count. Gives him a second chapter. One rooted in influence rather than dominance. One where instead of just defining how the game is played, he now helps define how it's understood. I truly hope myself that Michael Jordan will be allowed, and I wouldn't say he would allow NBC not to curb him in some way. I think he agreed to this only because he knows he will be able to call all the shots with it and do and say what he wants to say. And I think the best thing would be for him to be as blunt and brutally honest as he could be. Now, this also puts pressure on the competition. TNT has Shaq and Barkley, but their act is getting a little bit stale. ESPN has tried everything. Stephen A., Jalen Rose, but there's never this kind of gravitas with any of those. If MJ embraces his role with real passion, NBC becomes the new home of grown-up basketball conversation, and Jordan evolves from icon into institution. Plus, Jordan's influence might help bridge the generational gap between the fans. Younger viewers who've grown up with highlights and memes can now connect to the depth and grit of the NBA history through the man that lived it. This could just be the beginning. In 3 to 5 years, Jordan's role might evolve into an executive producer type position. Imagine him shaping documentaries, overseeing NBA-themed streaming series, or even becoming an ambassador for youth basketball development content through NBC's platform. Jordan might not just return to the NBA media. He might reinvent the NBA media. So what does this all mean? Michael Jordan joining NBC Sports is more than a headline. It's a strategic power move that could shift the center of gravity in NBA broadcasting. It gives NBC Legacy weight and fan credibility that no other network would be able to match. And it gives us, the fans, reason to tune in again. Unless he's not going to be that brutally honest guy that we expect. But I guess we'll wait and see. Now let me know in the comments, are you excited to see MJ back on TV? Do you think he'll change the way fans engage with the NBA again, just like he did when he played? Now smash that like button, hit subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one, right here on The Basketball Show.